In this next tutorial, we're going to look at the case itself in a little more detail to understand specifically what you're being asked to do. So now that you've purchased access to the case and had a chance to review the case itself, let's go ahead and highlight some of the things that you're going to be doing in this particular case analysis. So in this case, you're going to be doing a cost-benefit analysis for a fictitious company called Extreme Mountain Bikes. Extreme Mountain Bikes is a small company that makes and produces off-road bicycles. They've had quite a bit of success and are growing fairly quickly. They are faced with a good challenge or a good problem to have, and the problem they're facing is they're growing so fast and their business is increasing so quickly that their systems are not able to keep up with and process everything that they need to do. So your task is to do a cost-benefit analysis. Extreme Mountain Bikes is considering using a new system, implementing a new system for their business, and that particular system name is called SAP. SAP is an enterprise system which will perform all of the key business processes in the organization, including accounting, sales, and warehouse operations. SAP, like every other system, has a cost associated with implementing it, and so your task is to do this cost-benefit analysis where you examine all of the costs for implementing SAP, and you look at all of the proposed benefits once SAP gets implemented, and then you compare the two to look at whether or not the benefits outweigh the costs. So if the benefits outweigh the costs, then it makes sense to go ahead and move forward with the project. One other caveat for this particular project is you need to take into account the time value of money. The time value of money is given by the formula depicted here, and basically it's saying that a dollar today is worth more than a dollar a year from today or 2 years from today. And specifically the difference in how much those two values are worth is given by the discount factor or the present value factor according to the following formula. So in this case, you are going to be looking at and analyzing all of the benefits, all of the costs, taking into account the time value of money, and assuming a 20-year life cycle for the new SAP system. So the basic costs are broken out into two categories. We have implementation costs and maintenance costs. The implementation costs are one-time costs associated with purchasing and configuring the system. They're only going to occur in year 0, which is our first assumed year of the project. The maintenance costs are ongoing, and those are the costs associated with running the system each and every year over the projected 20-year life of the system. The costs for the system include purchasing software licenses, purchasing hardware to run the software, upgrading our network, our data communications network, training the employees in the company, and then finally the one-time implementation cost of configuring and implementing the system itself is typically where we hire a third-party consultant or vendor to come in and do the heavy lifting and configure and implement the software for us. The ongoing costs or maintenance costs are associated with software license maintenance fees and we need to hire 2 new employees to help us manage and run the system itself. The benefits, projected benefits, um, we're going to see listed as well. Looks like I hit forward 2 times. Let me go back. Sorry, one more time. Sorry, they're just at the bottom of the page. And the projected benefits are going to occur each and every year that the system is being used. And here we see, we'll have increased profit due to increased sales. So EMB is going to be more efficient at quoting, and that's going to result in increased sales. And we'll also be able to manage our inventory more efficiently. So we're going to need less space to store our inventory, and overall inventory holding costs will be reduced by $250,000. And then we're also eliminating 4 clerical positions. The clerical workforce was primarily responsible for managing and maintaining the paper-based process. Because we're moving to an enterprise system, we're going to eliminate the paper, and we'll be able to have those 4 employees work on some other aspect or some other part of the business. Now, as far as your task is concerned, you will need to set up a Microsoft Excel workbook to perform this cost-benefit analysis. The workbook itself is going to contain 6 worksheets. Actually, I believe we have 5 worksheets. The first worksheet is going to be a table of contents, and we can see exactly what those worksheets are listed here. The second worksheet will list all of your costs. The third worksheet is going to list all of your benefits. The fourth worksheet is going to be really the one that's going to take the most amount of time. It's your cost-benefit analysis, and we can see it listed here as well. And there's a screenshot or an image of what the cost-benefit analysis worksheet should look like. And this screenshot is very, very useful. It's very, very helpful. It's going to tell you exactly what your worksheet should look like. So just row by row, column by column, your worksheet should look exactly like what's depicted here in the casebook. So in your cost-benefit analysis, you're calculating all of the costs and all of the benefits over the 20-year life cycle. And it's important to note here, year 0 is also listed and should be listed in our project. Year 0 is the year where we're implementing the system. And then year 1 through 20 are the years when we'll actually be using the system. So it takes us about a year to configure and build and implement the system. And then once it's implemented, we'll have 20 years of projected use. So in year 0, that's where we're going to have our implementation costs, and we will not have any benefits because the system has not been put into a production or operational environment yet. Then beginning in year 1, all of our recurring benefits will occur, as well as our maintenance costs or the ongoing costs. The cost-benefit analysis at the end of the day, it's going to come up with an overall net present value. So taking into account the time value of money, what's the overall net present value for the project, and if that value is 0 or greater than 0 for the given discount rate, that means we give the project a green light. We give it a thumbs up and we say, okay, based on our assumptions, based on our analysis, the benefits outweigh the costs, and given our discount rate, we're going to go ahead and move forward with the project. The fifth and final worksheet that you're responsible for creating is a break-even chart. And the break-even chart is going to show the moment in time at which your benefits and your costs, your cumulative benefits and cumulative costs are equal to each other. So that's the moment in time when your project breaks even. The second part of what you are going to be doing in this case analysis is you're going to be using the workbook you create to answer questions. And specifically, you're going to use the workbook to answer the 4 questions listed here. When you turn in your assignment, you will be turning in 2 items. You will need to turn in your Microsoft Excel workbook with all of the worksheets listed in part 1. And then you will also turn in a Microsoft Word file, a Microsoft Word document with answers to the questions listed here. This concludes the second tutorial in the Microsoft Excel case. Thank you.